Hey, good morning everyone. Glenn here, or well, whatever time you're watching this video. Could be any time of the day. I'm back. Some people were wondering where I was at. Thought I was dead. Unlike ITT Tech's gonna be in about 6 months, I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. I'm doing all right. Just kind of hanging in there, surviving. Ooh, let me cover this up. Sorry, I'm showing a little skin. This is a PG video. Let's keep it PG. So basically, what the title says, exactly what the title says, or I think titles are at the bottom now. I haven't made a video on YouTube in about 3 years, so I have no idea how this works anymore. I'm like a born again. So we're all black today to mourn the impending death of ITT Tech. So I just want to jump right in. Don't want to waste any of your guys' time. I know the last video was about almost 20 minutes. If you watched that whole video, I wish I could give you something for it, but I can't because I'm a step above broke. So, I'm an ITT Tech grad, so I can't give away prizes. But, and I have 2 other videos, by the way, for new people that are watching this. Go ahead and check those out. One is my experience, and then the other is funny. You'll get a kick out of that one. It's something funny that happened to me after I had graduated. But anyways, let's jump right in. So basically what's happening with ITT Tech is in 2015, ever since probably the early 2010s and even before that, people have been stepping up and they've been revolting against ITT Tech and their the student loan system and the price of the college and being ripped off by the school. So what happens with that is students have been going to court, been taking ITT to court and suing them over, improper student loans, the tuition cost, bad teachers, bad school environment, what have you, various cases, right? Well, the ITT Tech's CEO and CFO, I don't know their names, and to be honest, I don't care because they don't mean shit to me. But the CEO and the CFO, they both got sent to court over fraud. They were scamming their stakeholders, and they were, I guess you could say, scamming their students. So they went there in 2015, and they were found guilty. So they have to pay like a huge fine out to the stakeholders. Not, of course, not the students, because why would students get any of that money? Of course not. But that could be coming soon. So that was in 2015. In April of 2016, the accreditation company that accredits ITT Tech, I think it's ACICS or ASCICSI, something like that. One of those companies with like 10, 20 names. You know what I'm talking about. They actually, by the Department of Education, were called out and basically they said, hey, what are you guys doing to keep your schools in check? What are you doing to make sure your schools run properly? Because you guys are accrediting these schools. We need to see that you guys are doing your part. This same company, you get the picture. This same company was the one that accredited Everest College. And Everest College was the college that went under. Remember, I did the impression of the guy in the last video. We don't need that again. We've already made a joke of them enough. They're done. That college is no more. That was one of the big schools that they accredited, and that was them, ITT, and there's a few other schools. That's their bread and butter. They went to ITT Tech after the Department of Education went to them and hounded them, and they went to ITT and said, we want a show clause. We want to see what you guys are doing and how you guys are doing with your colleges. How are you guys managing these schools, and why are students, we're getting a lot of complaints from students. Obviously, you guys have been in the news a lot for bad reasons, never for good. Why is this? We need to figure this out. You guys, because if ITT didn't give the accreditation company, if they didn't give them proper show clause or proper info on why ITT is a good college and why they should keep accrediting them, the Department of Education is going to take away the accreditation company's accreditation privileges, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're actually going to take them away. So the company that accredits ITT Tech is no more. Well, they still are, but they're not going to be for long, because it's just a matter of time. I mean, they've dug a grave so deep, dug a hole so deep, they're not going to be able to get themselves out of it. Just like ITT Tech. Once this company that accredits ITT stops accrediting them, it's over, because you cannot function as a non-accredited college and be successful. There's a lot out there that have no accreditation. I looked it up. There's about like 80 or 90 that still function in the world. I think only in the world, 80 or 90, maybe even less than that. I saw like a Wikipedia link to it. There's less than that. I saw a college on there called University of the World. They were doing a New Year's special, $2,000 for a degree. A $2,000 degree to get an associate's degree from this college, University of the World. I think they're headquartered in like Mississippi or Alabama. You could get, which is kind of ironic, because that's like, it's not even, that's like the when you think University of the World, you think like, wow, like I'm getting a degree from like Paris, France. Nah, not even. It's like a little, and they don't even have a campus. It's all online. They don't even have a campus. They have a little headquarter, and that's it. So basically, back on the subject, they're going to lose their accreditation, and a non-accredited degree is basically worthless. But here's where this is just my opinion. But here's what I think about an ITT Tech degree. As a grad who went for 4 years, and I went for 4 years because 2 years wasn't good enough. You go to ITT for 2 years, your credits don't transfer at all. And they don't tell you that. They lied about that in my orientation. And that is something that I always keep with me, because that's something that I could maybe try and take legal action on, get a group of people, we'll see. But they never told me that my credits don't transfer. So when I went to school there, I went for 2 years, got an associate's degree, and they said, oh, that's great. Would you like to go for your bachelor's degree and go for 2 more years and get your 4-year degree? Yeah, maybe. I'm going to look at other options. Oh, okay, go ahead. They let me walk. They said, go ahead. I walked into a local college that is in my area, CSUN, Cal State Northridge. I walked into the office and I said, oh, I go to ITT now, but I'm thinking about transferring to your school. And the lady laughed. And she didn't do it on purpose to be mean, but she laughed. And I said, wow, you're laughing. And she said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I don't want to be rude. She goes, but we don't take ITT Tech grads. And I said, you don't? And she goes, no, we don't. She goes, that's not something we take at all, ever. They don't have proper accreditation as where our school is accredited, by a prestigious firm, however you want to call it, because state schools, universities, they get accredited by a proper by the proper channels, and when you go to a university, you're getting a legitimate degree. Now, I mean, there's certain things that go on at those schools as well that aren't always the best, but ITT gets so many complaints. I'm gonna get it right this time. ACICS. I think it's ACICS is the company that accredits ITT. They actually had 31 campuses. They reported that 31 campuses failed their rounds when they went around to all the campuses out of like 130. So you do the math. That's a lot. 31 campuses failed. On top of that, there was numerous student complaints levied against the school by the students, saying that teachers didn't know what they were doing. I had a teacher, I've told this story I think before. I had a teacher who taught 6 classes to get my bachelor's degree. 6 classes he taught. He taught an economics class. He taught some math class, some sort of math class. I'm not good at math, I'm sorry, but some whatever math class it was. Didn't do a very good job, by the way. Composition class. He taught a management class, and he taught 2 other classes that I didn't even take, but those were for somebody else's degree. So he taught 4 for my degree, and then he was teaching classes for somebody else's degree. He was like the super teacher, and he was like a jack of all trades, and he was a master of none. He had no idea half the time what he was doing. And that's kind of that sums up ITT best. They get a lot of these people in that they can hire for cheap, they can pay a low wage to, and they can keep that profit up, and they can keep their bottom line down. So I had a student also, just on the subject of ITTs going under. they like to use, I guess you could say, predatory tactics. They like to coerce students into signing up for their schools. Sometimes students that should sign up for school. I went to school with a girl. She was really nice though. She was awesome, but she was illiterate. Pretty much every class we were in. She was able to speak English, but she wasn't the right fit for college. She wasn't the type of candidate that should have went to college. She probably should have went to a community college, maybe. Took a couple of classes. I'll get into that in a minute. Took a couple of classes. She wasn't right for college, and that's the problem with ITT. They get people to go to college no matter what. That's their goal. These recruiters, their job is to say, hey, we want you into our school. We think you'd be a great fit. You seem like you'd be good. Look at our nice campus. Look at our curriculum. We set everything up for you. We get everything perfect. We have everything lined up so that you don't have to worry about everything. We do all the tough stuff for you. We get the classes planned for you. We have your textbooks, your curriculum all set up. Like, all you have to do is just sign here, sign the student loan, and you're in. And you can go get a prestigious education from a great college. And somebody like my friend, who I'm not going to name names, obviously, she signed up for the school and said, wow, this looks so nice. I'm so impressed. I love this. This looks amazing. Signs up for it and then realizes, like, oh shit, I'm not really understanding a lot of what's going on here. The classes are kind of over my head. And some of the classes are over some people's heads, and some are under. Like, where if it's me, I'm like, really? We're not learning anything. These teachers aren't teaching. So it's a balance. It goes both ways. But recruiters get paid, by the way, commission. Okay, I can understand a car salesman getting commission, but when somebody's trying to get you to sign up for college, I don't really want my rep getting commission. I want them to have my best interest in mind, and I felt like they usually did not have the best interest in mind, and that's a big issue. A lot of people feel like they're being pressured and they're being, like I said, coerced into signing up for college when they don't even want to sign up, and they kind of feel guilty, and people make them feel guilty. Well, it's like those commercials. I mean, I hate to go back to those commercials, but like, whoa, you're not in college? You're not in school? You haven't gotten a degree? Why? And they use those tactics of, you don't want to be that person who goes to, like, you know, who there goes my paper with all my stuff on it. Okay, now we're just winging the rest of it, right? Nah, I wasn't really looking at it. So they tell you, well, you don't go to college, you don't have a degree. Like, you want to be that person that doesn't have it? You want to be the one person in your like group or in your area that doesn't have it? Or for some people that are low income, do you want to be that person that gets a degree and says, look, mom, look, dad, look, cousin, aunt, I got a degree in college. I was the first one in the family. I was the first one in my family to get a degree from college. Crazy. And I've got a pretty big family. The first one to ever graduate college and get any type of degree. But some people, the recruiters will use that as a tactic instead of saying, well, you know, I don't think college is right for you right now. You know, you've got like a low paying job, you've got 2 kids, probably shouldn't take on college debt, student loans and all that right now. But no, come to school, come to our college. You can make it work, because you know what, we'll find you a job. And by the way, they do not find you a job. I'll tell you that right now. That still pisses me off. They guaranteed you 1 interview, and everyone says I'm entitled. Before you call me again entitled, they guarantee you 1 interview. 1 at least. They guarantee it when you sign to go to college there. They didn't get me 1 interview. Not 1 time. I had to do it all on my own. And look, sometimes you gotta hustle. And I respect that, but they guarantee you 1 interview at least. They've got this big network, this big database, this huge nationwide job network. Nah, they lie. So back on subject, some people aren't right for college, for that kind of college. That's a lot, and their college is expensive. It's a lot of debt to take on. They use a student loan company that I don't know if every college uses the same student loan company. I'm talking every ITT, but they use student loan company that approves everybody. Oh my God, your credit score is 380? Perfect for us. Come on in. Your credit score is 840? Perfect. Come on in. You see what I'm saying? They make everything so easy for you. They want to make everything as easy as possible. Whereas you go to a university, they're like, dude, we're already overbooked. Your GPA was a 2.8 in high school. No, we're not going to take you. Why? Why are we going to take you? Your grades were awful. We don't have room for you. We want the best. ITT doesn't care about the best. They want everyone. They don't want the best of the best. They want everyone. They don't care if you're the worst or the best. They just want people. They want people to fill those classrooms, whether there's enough room for kids to sit in classrooms or not, which happened to me in one of my classes where I had a psych class where we didn't even have enough desks and chairs. We had to bring chairs in every day, every week. The once a week we had the class, we had to bring chairs in from another classroom so people could sit, and people had to write on their notebooks on their lap. They didn't even get a table because they overfilled the class. And the last point I want to make, I hope this is the last point because it's already 15 minutes. I know I said I was going to make it short, guys. I'm sorry. It's just, I wanted to kind of get a lot of points out, but I have been more professional in this video. Have I not? The glasses, look at the glasses. I don't have to like feel like I'm looking into the camera and not. I was really able to kind of balance stuff. I felt like this was more professional, and I hope you guys kind of took a little bit from this. But I kind of just wanted to make the point of the degree itself. Because I know a lot of people are going to be really kind of ITT Tech grads now. You're going to be a little nervous, like, wow, you know, my degree is going to be worthless. This is how I feel about that. Okay, I look at it this way. I already went to the school, and I already got my degree. If they go under and they start shutting down all their schools by the end of the year, by the start of next year, does that make my degree worthless? I don't know. I've always felt like where's the benchmark, where's the bar that's been set by ITT Tech? If they let everybody in to their college, really, dude, you had to park right next to me? My God, there's like 1,000 spots at this park, and you had to park right next to me. Oh my God, people crazy. So okay, if universities, right, Harvard and all those places, they set the bar up here. If you let everybody into your college and you accept everyone and you take anyone, no matter what the GPA is, no matter who they are, where does that bar go? Where does that benchmark go? It goes down. And it goes all the way down to the bottom so that when people see your degree, they say, oh, you went to ITT Tech. How was it? That's usually the common question I get asked. How was it? Because nobody knows anything about the school. They've seen the commercials, but is it legit? Is it good? What did they do for you? And, you know, I mean, I feed them bullshit story. Yeah, it was good. It was fine. I don't want to tell, you know, a future employer, oh, it sucked. I got a shitty education. I didn't learn anything. No, you don't want to tell them that. But I feel like my degree, I feel like myself, I feel like I've done my part. I studied hard. I worked hard. I did what I could to get to a higher level and to make something of myself in life, and I respect myself for that, and I respect anybody who does that, who can say, you know what, just because I went to that school and I graduated there doesn't mean that I'm going to be defined by some school that decided to cheat their students and decided to cheat their stakeholders and cheat the system to try and, you know, profit off of unsuspecting students and profit off of people that shouldn't have went to college in the first place. For people that go there now, it's tough. I honestly don't even know what to say. I just don't. It's tough because if you've been there for a year already, I say keep going. Keep going. Keep fighting. Fight through it. Try and at least get a 2-year degree. If you're getting a 2-year degree and you want a 4-year degree, I don't know. I'd honestly go see if somebody else will take your credits and see if you can try and get a degree somewhere else, because I don't know how long ITT is going to be around. They're going to give relief to students for sure, because when they go under, they asked ITT Tech, do you guys have enough money to cover the students that are there now? And they said maybe. So they can't even give a yes, but they're going to have to, and they will. They've got enough money to cover the students if they go under. So if you go there now, you're going to get relief anyways. You might as well just keep going and stick it out. And worst comes to worst, they give you student loan relief. And best case scenario, you end up finishing and you get the degree and you say, hey, I got my degree there before everything, all this craziness happened. Plus, you might even get a little student loan relief anyways in return for going there. So I guess you just stick it out. Y'all just got to keep your head up. And just remember to just kind of stay solid, because at the end of the day, it's about what we make of ourselves. It's not about where we went or who we let define us. I could sit here and I could say, you know, well, I mean, ITT Tech didn't really do a lot for me as much as a college should do for me, but I went out and did for myself. And I said, I'm not going to let them hold me back. The only person that's going to hold me back is me. And if I hold myself back, I'll be damned if I'm going to let me hold me back. So I'm going to rise up and rise above the school rather than let them, you know, dictate who I am. So anybody who ever says, oh, you went to ITT Tech, you know, I mean, yeah, I've criticized the school a lot and I make a lot of jokes about it because it was a bad school. But don't let anybody tell you that you're worthless because you went to a worthless college. You aren't worthless. And the college you went to was just worthless. And for anybody thinking about going to the school, why did you not watch the last 20 minutes? The school's not good anymore. I don't even think the school's going to be around in 6 months. The school's never been great anyways. So, I mean, in conclusion, if you guys just wanted to skip to the end, hey, I still get that view anyways. Just click a like on the video, though, at least. Give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, thumbs it down, because it's YouTube and they give you the option. So, hello. I'm not one of those ITT Tech recruiters trying to tell you to do yes, 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 like. But anyways, in conclusion, the accreditation company is going under. Well, they're not going under, but they're losing their privilege to accreditate college. Easy for me to say. Yeah, I'm an ITT Tech grad. I'm sorry. I mix up my words. I got a cheap education. Actually, it wasn't cheap, but you know what I mean. So they're losing their privilege to accreditate colleges on a government level. So ITT is going to lose their accreditation because the company won't be able to accredit them anymore on a government level from the Department of Education. So it's not going to be official. So ITT Tech's degrees are going to be worthless. The school's going to go under because if you're not accredited, you lose like a lot of funding from the government. So you lose a lot of that. Bad situation all around. By the way, for those of you who went to school, if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. I did student loan debt relief through my student loan company. I go through a company called Nelnet, and I actually put my student loans on hold. So it was $250 a month every month, which is brutal for somebody who's, you know, living on their own now, and bills and all that. I put it on hold for, I forget how long, for the immediate future. So that's an option. So talk to your student loan company and tell them, like, hey, I graduated college, I've been out of school. But it's after 6 months. After 6 months, then they start charging you. You can actually put your loans on hold even further. And you can say, look, I can't pay them right now. I need to put it on hold. Give me more time, and they will. So if you're feeling like you're struggling to pay your loans, put them on hold for now. And maybe even in 6 more months, ITT Tech has to pay you money because they screwed you and the college was horrible. And they have to pay out and help you pay your loans back a couple $1,000s or whatever. Okay, we're at 23 minutes. This is way too long already, but it was very informative though, and you guys are going to learn a lot from this video, I hope. And I hope you guys are going to hate me. I'm glad to be back. I'll maybe make some more videos on like other stuff or whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm a pretty knowledgeable guy sometimes. So if you guys want me to talk about something else, you want to ask me questions, just ask me. And then I'm just going to end it now, or else I'll never know what else to say or how to end it. So bye.